Hi, Omeakios here again with the first Digimon card game deck profile of 2025, and this time I'm showing my new Tyrannomon deck. So Tyrannomon got pretty much a completely new evolution line from EX8 with the Digimon Liberator stuff, and this deck is now actually pretty good. It's still, I think, pretty much a casual deck, but it can do some pretty nice stuff. I went with the red version of the deck because I feel like it makes a little bit more sense, but of course you can go with the green version as well. But for me, I think red is a little bit better and kind of replace the War Grey one as the primary red deck. So let's go at it. So first, of course, this is Thomas. I'm of course using the 4 EX8 Koromon. I think it's pretty good. It can delete some smaller Digimon, definitely pretty nice. Then of course I'm using 4 EX8 Agumon, pretty good as well. Can help like this search in a Digimon sense, and then for a Tyranomon or Yutaro Williams or both if you can, and the inherited gives you 2000 TP in your turn, so definitely a very nice card. Then I'm using 4 Agumon from the first Red Star deck. So I couldn't really think of any other Agumons to use pretty much. That is a reptile. I think it's actually pretty decent. Then using 2 of the classic art Agumon from EX1. They're really pretty nice as well because the inherited effect gives the ability to either search for an Agumon, including Bond cards, and also any tamer cards. They're really pretty good. Then I'm using the 2 black Agumon from EX8. This is not a red card, but I think it's still pretty good. Inherited effect is pretty good as well. I'm using 4 Tyrannomons from EX8, definitely really good. Because it's also a security Digimon, so if it's revealed in the security, you can play it without paying the cost. And also in your main phase, or when you evolve into it, it gets 3000 TP until the end of one's turn, and also inherited effect gives your Digimon 2000 TP in your turn. Definitely very nice. Then I'm using 4 of the PD14 Tyrannomon. Definitely pretty good as well, because pretty much you can reduce the cost of Tyrannomon by 1 in your main phase for the entire turn of the whole evolution line. And the inherited effect is pretty good as well. Definitely really good. Then I'm using 2 Tyrannomons for PT11, pretty good as well, because then when you all want it, you can play a tamer card for free, pretty much. That is play cost 3 or less. And inherited effect, if you have tamer in play, gets your Digimon get 2000 TP. Pretty nice, but I don't think you need really any more than 2. Then I'm using 4 Master Tyrannomons from EX8. Definitely really amazing. It has Fortitude. Fortitude means that if it has evolution cards under it gets deleted, it comes back. And also this also does that on play or when evolving it, you can suspend 1 Digimon, and then if this card is suspended, you can delete 1 of your past Digimon with 8000 or less TP. Definitely pretty nice. And the inherited effect gives you your Digimon secure attack +1. That's definitely very nice. Then I'm using 4 of the EX8 Metal Tyrannomon. I've been kind of going back and forth with this card. It's like I wanted to use the PT8 Master Tyrannomon before, but I think it kind of makes sense to use this card because this card gives your Digimon attack protection from being de-evolved, and also from being bounced or sent to the deck or anything like that. And also with Tyranomon, of course, having that for Fortitude as well, it comes back from being deleted, which means you have kind of full protection more or less. Definitely really good, and also pretty good removal as well, because then also de-evolve your opponent's Digimon as well. And also inherited effect, if your Digimon deletes opponent's Digimon per battle, you trash a top security card. So definitely very nice. And then the main new boss monster of the deck is for Tyrannomon. Really amazing card for sure, because it has security attack +1 inherently, and also Fortitude, and also you can suspend 1 Digimon, and then you can delete one suspended Digimon with the lowest TP, and while this Digimon is suspended, your opponent can only attack a suspended Digimon, so they can't attack into your security, you have to attack your suspended Diamond basically. Definitely very nice to defend yourself as well. As for my second level 6, I had very few choices because I can't afford like Medieval and Duke one, Medieval Gallant one. It's way too expensive, so I chose in this case to use Blitzcraymon because I can evolve from red and black, so both Metal Tyrannomon and Master Tyrannomon are good for it, and also it has piercing inherently, and also it de-evolves too, more parts Digimon by 2. Definitely a pretty nice card, I would say. But of course, if there's anything better choice, then I would probably replace it with that. But for now, I think this is the best option for me. As for level 7s, I'm using 2 Agumon Bond of Bravery or Courage, whatever you want to call it. This card is really good because, of course, both your level 6 are red, but also you can evolve from an Agumon if you have 2 or less security cards. That's definitely really good. It's also an ace card, so you can evolve in your opponent's turn when they attack. And also you can, of course, play it for 8. But of course, the downside is that you lose 5 memory if this card is removed from the battle area. And also, if you play it or when you evolve into it, you can delete all your opponent's delete up to delete Digimon up to this Digimon's TP basically. It's up to 14,000 TP worth of Digimon. But once that, of course, you just delete the one. But still pretty good. And also, if you attack with it once per turn, you have a tamer, you can transform your opponent's security cards. Definitely pretty good, I would say. Then, of course, I'm using that one Omega-1/Omni-1 just to finish out the game. Definitely pretty nice, I would say. Then some tamers and options. So the main tamer is Yutaro Williams. 4 of these from EX8, obviously. They were really good. Your opponent has a Digimon in your main phase 1, you get gain 1 memory, and also on your turn, you can, if you attack with a Tyrannomon, or you can suspend this tamer, and then that Digimon can evolve into a Tyrannomon or a dinosaur Digimon, and the evolution cost is reduced by 1. Definitely really amazing for sure. It just speed up the process of evolving. Then I'm using 2 Taichis from PT1. Or Thais, whatever you want to call him. So it's really good, of course, because the memory tamer and also obviously your red Digimon gain Strategic +1 if they have 4 or more sources. Definitely very nice. Then I run 2 red memory bros because most of this deck is red, so at least from the 4 cards you're always going to get 1 at least. Then I'm using 2 of Wind Stainings. Obviously this deck is not mono red, and there are some cards in this deck that are not red, but the whiffing of this card is pretty rare, I would say. So definitely still very nice. And the last card in the main deck is 1 Hidden Potential Discovered, because obviously this card is also mostly green as well as red, so using this card is not a problem at all. Definitely very good. So this was my Tyrannomon deck profile. I think this deck is pretty nice. Obviously this version is kind of a budget version because of also I can't afford the promos as well, like I would otherwise run like Tyrannomon X and maybe the Rust Tyrannomon Ace as well, but that will be probably like a green version. So I hope that this deck will get more support in the future as well. So I hope you enjoyed this Digimon card game deck profile. For now, goodbye and oh my cares. Out.